Hello, everybody. I know it's been a minute. I'm not sorry. Life is awesome. For those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. I live in Washington, and it has been dumping snow for the last couple of days, so that's been really exciting. We're enjoying that very, very much. I'm being joined by the big black dog, Jack's the last straw. He's a male mutt. And we'll see the smaller black dog, Penny, and she's a pit bull healer mix, and she's kind of more my dog than the other, but they're awesome. They grew up together, so they'll be playing in the background. I thought it'd be kind of fun for this as a check-in. So life has been good. To be honest, I write about the energetic cycles and stuff of not only our own bodies and the seasons of the planet and the galactic astrology and all this, but I know a lot of this because I read and study about it, but I've also really noticed my own life and my own cycles and my own patterns, not just in this year alone, but just in general. I know that winter is like my weakest. Like the equinox, the transition period from fall to winter, I'm always so out of sorts. I just can't even help it. So that's just kind of my weak spot. And I was born in January, so that matches what the energy medicine says as well. Oh, they're so much fun. So yeah, winter and holidays and stuff, all the stress and all the love and all the things. I'll have to call back the hubby in a minute. It's been good. It's been a good season. A lot of internal change has happened between me and Bowden, and Bowden's been really like picking up and doing his own internal inner work as well. Really kind of starting to see kind of what I had been doing throughout the year that was like working for me, and also really I can't help it, like, to notice the differences and, like, notice the things. And he's been really open to talking about it, and some of it's harder for him to wrap around than the other. But he's a science geek as well, He's really, really intelligent. Throughout most of our relationship, he's been kind of known as he's one of those types that he can try anything once or twice and be really good at it. So he knows how to do a lot of things, and he knows a lot about a lot. So he's a really well-rounded person. And I don't know a lot about a lot of things. I don't do well in just trying to learn things firsthand. Not necessarily a super hands-on person. I'm an inner mind person, and so I know a lot about the things that I know about. And do, slide along pretty good. And that's why I think tangent, small tangent, but I think one of my biggest problems this year, one of my biggest things that I had to do for my own inner healing is resort to my own intelligence. And what I mean by that is really pushing away and just silencing every thought, every opinion, every belief, everything that I had learned previously, and really just hold on to my own experience, my own truth. And really, how do you learn things for yourself? You learn by doing. You learn by studying and then doing, practicing until you know and you have your own experience, in science and stuff. Like, you have to observe, you have to sink in your teeth into the data, you have to really fully know and understand what it is and what the process is. Really know and understand, prove to yourself the laws and the physics that science has to offer for these groundings. And certain things in science are really well grounded in their models and others not so much. They've always been kind of shaky, but they provided us a model to grow and expand further in. And so, hey, Joe, dogs, Jax. He gets a little crazy sometimes. So anyways, I have to really just kind of disregard anything that I hadn't learned from my own experience. And that was hard because you've gone to school, you've been told by your parents so many things, you've You've been really influenced by peers and family members and their beliefs and things that they have taught you from their own life lessons. And to this degree, that those, when it came to me and my self-healing, finding out what was true for me, I had to disregard all of those opinions. And it happened in such a way, this is coming to mind too, like I have this a friend that's really, really helped me personally by getting back in touch this year. And he asked me, he's like, what gives you the right to have an opinion? And I was like, well, we talked about it, and I really thought about that later. I was like, yeah, that fits right into like what I'm really going through right now. That was when I was really kind of going through the process of like getting rid of everybody else's opinions. But you also kind of need that the collaboration or the communication with other people to like understand. You ever talk about something and you're like, wow, I didn't know I thought that way, or I didn't know that I had that opinion until you express it, like almost as in you're like teaching yourself while talking to someone. A lot of times you're like, wow, I didn't really know that was the case, but yeah, now that I'm telling you, like, yeah. And I think in those moments, sometimes, a part of us comes through that the inner person has trouble hearing, has trouble making those connections, where your subconscious mind and your body, like it makes decisions for you all the time. Your body has intelligence way beyond our comprehension of that intelligence. And those systems, they interrelate and they communicate without us consciously having to know and understand those programs, those in the system. So when you bridge that gap by doing something like express yourself by interacting with someone, you're mixing that intelligence up to provide answers to the universe, or that other person, whoever, either yourself or that person, whatever's going on. And so it just empowered me even more after that conversation to really hone back my beliefs, and really challenge myself to like rethink what my experience is, relearn from my experiences. And this is, you've heard me post about kind of going back, traveling back in time, and going back into your own mind and kind of telling the inner child, this is what I learned from this. This is how we can deal with this. This is what's going to happen in the future that'll make this lesson valuable to you later. And actually really talking to those inner voices that we all have and communicating, bridging that time gap, that misunderstanding, so that you're not so frozen in time anymore. And that really occurred to me, and I think it's made a really, really big difference. But the first step for me was letting go of everything that I didn't know from my own experience. And I've written about this too, but it's really, really important. So now that I am kind of back in the present moment, and I've really grounded myself here and now in who I am and like my environment and around me, and like what my interests are, I have found that my intelligence was boosted back up. And simply because I started back into, not that I never did, but like I now spend a good majority of my day and my time studying and doing what I love and learning more about what I know about so that I can be proficient in it. And have even gone as far as to make the decision to become an energy medicine practitioner, hopefully in the next couple of years. If you'd like to support me in that journey, patreon.com/lovelifewithlee is where it's at. I'd really appreciate your support. Basically, my blog is being dedicated to kind of that hopeful promise of that career change and that career jump. And it's a big deal for me, because I was never one that I didn't want to go to college. I wasn't a good student. And what I mean by that is the structure of the school system, the time frame, and the way that classes were taught, I don't even have anything really against it per se for my sake. It's just that it didn't suit well for me. As I was graduating high school, my Monroe opened up an alternative independent learning school system, and I looked back and I was like, man, I wish that had opened up like a couple years ago, because I probably would have done a lot better than that. It just wasn't an option yet. And that's a really big thing. There's like the alternative independent school, 1 high school, and 4 elementary schools. So it's just so lopsided here where I grew up. But anyways, off track. My intelligence has really been boosted back up to where it should be, and I'm able to have these higher end conversations with people about what I know from the science and what is accepted in our current everyday from this current standpoint. I haven't spent all that much time in the last couple of years staying up to date with modern science and what's new. And there's just so much that has happened in the last 3 or 4 years. Books that have come out, articles that have come out, science and that has been published, and all this stuff that I had to kind of like I've almost taken the year to like catch up on all of that along with all the other stuff. And living life. So I feel really like caught up into the present. So I'm really glad that this year, January 2020, or yeah, 2020, sorry. Yeah, 2020, is that right? I'm stepping into this year really grounded in the year 2020. Like, I really feel like I've been able to super like cut cords with my past selves. I'm no longer frozen back in time, and I've really like caught myself up. Like, I know where I've come from. I know what my past is. I've always wanted to like live with no regrets. That's always been like a big thing since I was a kid. Like, I would rather do it and be like, oh, well, that was a mistake, than have regrets of not doing something. On the other hand, I know how to say no. I'm not like a like action junkie by any means. I'm actually rather lazy compared to most. But you know, I don't want to be one to have regrets. And so a lot of the time I will do things just to say that, you know, I tried. I did my best. And so I'm looking back, and even the worst times, the most troubling, like traumatic times, even the most difficult lessons that I've been able to learn from a lot this year, it makes me feel really good. Like, I'm here, and I'm here now, and I love where I'm at now. And I'm able to experience a lot more feelings of like being grateful for what I have because of how difficult it was to get here, being more joyous with my daughter because I feel like I deserve her, and I feel more confident in what I'm doing every day because I'm doing what I'm good at. I'm proactively studying, sharing, developing, practicing like my own interests that have served me the best. And in that such a way, I'm kind of following my purpose a lot more, and it just feels better. It feels better when you do what you like to do. Granted, there's a lot that I'm not good at that I still have to do. I really want to make life better and step into that more 5D, like ultra, like unconditional love place. And to do that, I really have to step it up in a lot of other ways, and financially, and everything else. So I've really had to like super laser focus. And I will side note that I'm cutting the Blog Buddy program. I just can't quite manage to have that much time in my life right now. I really had to make a choice. I had to make a choice, just like I had to make a choice between the photography and the Blog Buddy program when I first started it. I was like, I can't do both. And so I let go of the photography stuff for lots of different reasons. And in the same way, I am definitely choosing my passion of my blog and my personal journey because it aligns with my future. It aligns with the kind of life that I want to have for myself and my family, more than the Blog Buddy program. So it's just the way it is. I have decided, because of the growth of it, to keep the Facebook group open. There's really no reason not to keep it open. It is the actual program itself that I just don't have time to do. Especially without a full team like I had. If I couldn't do it when I had 5 people, I definitely can't do it when I have 1 or 2. So I think we're gonna get back inside. My husband's blowing me up on the phone. So bye dogs. Thank you for watching and subscribing if you enjoy my content, and expect a lot more things from the blog this year. And for life to change, lots and lots and lots of change and transformation is going to happen this year. In my own personal life, in our family, in our environment, and the world at large. So I thank you for being on this journey with me, and I'll see you next time. Peace.